Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Welcome, one and all. This is our annual episode.
Why is every episode an annual episode?
Because I
That's
like
just
to
not
have
possible.
annual episodes. This
What-
is our annual Mike episode. Actually, this is our first episode with Mike.
Yeah.
First annual.
Our first annual Mike episode.
I'm going to take note of that.
Okay, you've said annual and Mike several times. Keep going.
Well, Mike's our newest member.
People that follow us on Instagram should know Mike.
I do.
Yeah,
I know Mike.
Yeah, he blows it up on Instagram. That's mainly why we like Mike. He gets a lot of likes on Instagram. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think he
I don't post my own bald head, so I post Mike's.
Mike's bald head is really popular with the 25 to 40 crowd.
Yeah.
The other bald men with beards are all like, yeah, look at that head of hair.
Look at that guy. No,
Especially when dipped in oil.
I get the chuckles. I have to. I get a dry scalp.
What kind of oil do you use? Crisco?
Mrs. Butters.
Do you shave it with a razor?
Buttersworth? Yeah.
Do you really? Like a hand razor? Like
I just.
a steel razor?
Yeah.
I take the shears to mine like on just without the guard.
Yeah.
I haven't quite got to the hand razor yet.
Well, we all start somewhere.
I'll get there eventually.
My fingers get stuck as I run my hands through my thick head of hair.
Full luscious head of hair over there.
Thanks, Rogaine.
Good for you. Rogaine doesn't work.
Plug this.
Well, 1 out of 3 apparently.
This episode brought to you by Rogaine.
Anyways, we're going to talk about things we don't like or we used to like and now we don't like anymore.
Mike, you're on the list.
No, Mike, we like Mike.
I do like you. Do like me, or you don't like me anymore?
We liked you once upon a time, but you fell off our list.
Oh,
Mike is
Oh,
new
my.
to board gaming. How long have you been board gaming, Mike?
officially probably 2 months.
Yeah, until you
Hobby design board gaming.
2 months, month and a half, 2 months.
There you go. See, Mike was new to the hobby. We brought him in.
What was the first game you played?
Here, getting started, Raiders of the North Sea.
Well, no. I guess you've forgotten our first time.
He forgot about you.
Letters from
cryptid.
Whitechapel.
Oh, but yeah, again, that was
Well,
Not really a
I'm saying,
game. It's
I
not really a
know.
game. Letter from
I
Whitechapel's
know,
not really a game.
but still, that's your first game. You're like, this game is awesome.
I did enjoy Letters from Whitechapel, although it has fallen
Oh, it's
down.
fallen off your list. And Mike's already making lists. He's already ranking things
And now we'll have Mike's top 100
in 2 months.
in 2 months.
Now you live in a cardboard box made of old game boxes.
Yeah.
I do have a pretty good collection going.
It's something. It's weird how it becomes an obsession.
It does. Well, and I'm telling you, the $100 mark to get the free shipping, that hurts me.
He has fell into the cool stuff trap.
I will
have to.
buy $50 worth to save $6.
I've got 2 36 packs of dice.
God.
What am I going to do
Not
with dice?
necessary. You don't need that. Don't buy that.
But I had to get over the $100.
You've already bought them?
One,
Come on,
rookie
Mike.
mistake.
Come on,
Rookie
that
mistake.
You'll never use those dice.
it doesn't matter.
We don't play games hardly with dice.
It doesn't matter. They were like $4, and I needed to get over $100.
You can let your kids play with them. I
The
guess.
podcast you're
Well, they'll
looking
probably
for is
swallow
the
them.
Dice Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Anyways, we were going to take some time to talk to Mike about some of his favorite games just in his short period of time of board gaming. And then we're going to talk about some games that we have played here recently that either flopped or just games that we have discovered that we slowly fell into love with.
Matured. I've
We have
matured beyond them.
We have matured beyond them. And so,
Is it matured? Matured?
matured.
Matured.
Don't.
Matured.
Don't go down that slope.
It's a slippery slope.
I have a speech impediment, and Gabby says things wrong. So this is not a English teacher's podcast.
How dare you?
So,
How dare you?
Mike, no, stop. I can't deal with one of you. I can't deal with two. Mike,
Yes, sir.
your favorite game so far?
Favorite game so far?
Top 5.
No.
We're not doing top 5?
No, just did this number one. What
I've
is
got a cue to. I have fallen in love with viticulture.
viticulture?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Definitely firmly.
Okay, you're back on my friends list.
Oh, sweet.
You've
fallen
bumped
in love.
back into the top 10.
Now, I'll do Gabby's job here. Viticulture by Stonemeyer Games.
Thank you. Appreciate
However
that.
many people can play it. Now, this is the Essential Edition.
Yes, that's all they make
yes.
anymore. Like, they've discontinued any other edition.
Now, I have a
So
question.
just
If
stop.
you can't get the other edition, why do you have an Essential Edition?
It's just the name of it now. Because it comes with some of those parts from the
The original?
original. It has the mamas and the papas in it.
Yeah. It's like extra strength aspirin. Can you get regular strength aspirin anymore?
Yes, you can. You get the 81 milligram non-enteric coated baby chewable aspirins that you're supposed to take in case you're having a myocardial infarction. Go ahead.
We'll see. There you go. That's good information for me and you to know.
I'll take blood pressure medicine.
Oh, I don't. I'm good.
You will die soon.
I always keep aspirin.
Your kidneys are working overtime.
I always keep chewable aspirin around. I'm going to Gobby. He's always short.
So viticulture, okay, but you played Raiders of the North Sea over here, and you were all about it. Oh my God, I love this game.
Yeah.
Then like 3 plays of another game later, he's like, man, Raiders is okay.
It's because he played something that was...
Raiders is good.
Raiders is good. I'm not
good.
knocking Raiders. I'm just saying that other games have came in above it.
Yes.
Well, that's how gaming goes.
It is.
So with viticulture, what do you like about it?
As far as viticulture goes, I appreciate
the game, not viticulture in general.
Not winemaking.
Not winemaking. I know nothing about winemaking.
Sommelier.
I just like being able to build up your engine, your starting progression as far as the workers and collecting your money, getting your.
So you're all about money, I say.
Initially, yeah, you have to.
Capitalist.
You do have to have money.
It's finest
in this game. It is important.
Yeah,
it's important,
but it doesn't win victory points.
No,
but it can buy you victory points.
It can.
It literally can buy you victory points.
It can buy you a victory point.
It's the reason why my wife beat me yesterday.
Your wife beat you
in viticulture.
Your wife played. Wait a minute, back up now. Your wife plays
his whole family. He's got a family of gamers. Yeah. He has something me and you don't have, Jerry. Yeah. Support at home.
His support at home. He has kids that will play with him.
We have to seek it elsewhere.
Yeah.
In each other's loving arms.
And that's not awkward. Yeah, our families are not much in the way of board gaming.
Yeah, I do have a lot of support, but with that, I have to tailor some of the games to them. For instance, we talked about Dinosaur Island.
Yes, Mike bought Dinosaur Island, which was very. We're going to have a whole nother podcast talking about
that's next week.
Dinosaur Island. But Mike likes Dinosaur Island. Mm-hmm. Mike really likes Dinosaur Island. Like his family. They're your 10-year-old.
Yeah, Little Mike.
How old is he?
He's 11.
See, we're in the middle. I know.
Close.
He looks like Mini-Me. He looks just like Mike.
Yeah. Sorry.
Just the same, I find it very interesting that Mike, one of the first games he bought was Dinosaur Island, which is not an easy rule book. It's not an easy game to learn. Me and Gobby played it only once. Gobby, I don't quite... it's okay.
I want to play it again.
I take a little bit of that responsibility because
you were terrible at it.
Yeah, well, just explaining it to you guys.
No. I want to bring this up right now. Mike's been in the hobby Mike was in the hobby for a month. He bought Dinosaur Island, sat down, and explained it to me, and I did not yell at him. That is a sign of somebody who knows how to.
That's because I told you to be nice.
No.
It wouldn't. I don't think it would matter.
No, he did it. He did an excellent job explaining it. Whereas Gobby, generally, I end up cussing him.
Oh well, once he gets comfortable with you, he'll start yelling at you.
I don't yell at people.
I think we came close the other day when we were playing Game of Thrones. I can't remember the question I asked, but he looked at me and I was like, "Oh, that." He
looked like you were a fool.
You fool! I was like, "Oh,
he was a fool. You won.
You're an old man and a fool."
He won.
But I think that's just because I drew the right.
That's why he was angry, because you were winning.
Yeah,
I get angry.
He's a sore loser.
I'm a sore loser.
Comes down to.
I do not like to lose.
You were in between a rock and a hard spot.
It was pretty bad.
That's the Lannisters.
So, what is your second favorite game?
Second favorite game, firmly Coal Baron.
Coal Baron.
I love Coal Baron. It's the first game I modified myself.
How did you modify it? Did you use real coal?
I did not use real coal. I mounted the coal mine shaft and elevator to a sanded piece of wood.
What for?
Because as you're moving the elevator up and down the shaft, it tends to move around quite a bit, especially if you have an
flimsy cardboard.
11-year-old or 12-year-old or my wife or me. I'm Shaky McGee, so
why are you so nervous?
I don't know. You make me nervous.
Why?
It makes me nervous too. It's why I drink every time we're on the podcast.
Yeah, I do tend to drink around you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I find it interesting that in such a short period of time, Mike has already begun to develop his taste in board gaming. And I think that is a sign of things to come. Now, as we have developed our taste,
and we appreciate your extra funds funding more board games being bought.
Yes, that always helps. That always helps.
Thank you to my wife, especially.
Yeah. Has the estates come in yet?
The Estates. No, it is on its way. The Estates and Newton is on its way.
As soon as those come in, we know what we'll be doing.
Very interested.
Very interested in Newton. All right. And the figs. They're good too.
Oh, yes.
Games that we have fallen out of love with. Gabi, go right ahead.
Well, what initiated this was me and you were looking for something quick to play that we both knew how to play. Mm-hmm. We're like, we're going to kill some time. Oh, let's play Imperial Settlers, I say. Jerry's like, no, God, no. I hate Imperial Settlers. 51st State is so much better. So much better. 51st State. Love the theme. Love it. Fine. Whatever, Jerry. Break it out.
Why do you always say my name, Jerry? Like you just have such scorn for
distaste.
Me. Jerry.
And we start playing it. And literally on the first move, we're trading in. Trade in this for that. Make this. Trade in this for that. Make this. Trade in this for that. It's super fiddly. And Jerry was like, I don't really like this as much as I used to. And Jerry used to talk about 51st State like it was just all the go. I prefer Imperial Settlers, but you like the whole theme of the
Fallout.
The Fallout, whatever theme. And we literally just stopped playing and put it up.
I think the deal is that I bought Imperial Settlers when it first came out, and then quickly after that followed up with 51st Dates. And it had been
51st Dates?
No, that was a 50 Dates. That's a great
51st Dates.
That's a great show.
It was good stuff.
That's like the last good thing that Adam Sandler ever did for us.
Drew Barrymore too.
She was
a Charlie Angel though.
That was before. That was Charlie
before.
Angels.
It was?
Oh yeah. Charlie Angels was awesome.
She used to be so adorable.
I liked her in E.T. Anyways, 51st. You gonna let me say dates? You gonna make me mad already?
51st Dates.
I fell out of love with it. I fell out of love with it. I literally forgot why I loved it. Just like in 51st Dates, it was something that just didn't. Stop. I'm not doing the Adam Sandler's thing. We're not doing that. And I don't know why it fell apart for me. It was literally something that as I was playing, I realized I have so many other games that do what this game is trying to do much better. And the theme didn't really hold great for me. I mean, you're just moving stuff around and selling cards. And now it's still a solid game. I'm not knocking it. I'm not
knocking it.
No.
We are not.
Hey, now you don't come in here and say no.
I was told.
Mike.
He was told. I've given him authority to calm you down. This is why you're sitting in between us.
I've been Gabi sandwich.
No. There's so much we're going to have to cut. I won't let our listeners realize how much we have to cut from our podcast.
Usually it's you.
No, it's not
yes,
me.
It is.
I'm always.
How dare you? Whatever.
I am.
You will lie.
Everything that's chaste and lovable. That's what I talk about.
51st Dates.
That's down. It's out.
It was. I don't like games where I'm just constantly trading little pieces of this for that and this, and it's just nonstop. Give me a move to make. Let me move it and make the turn, and I'm done. And like my first turn was lasting forever because I just kept trading stuff in.
Yeah, well, we just moving stuff around, and the game it felt like you're just moving stuff around, and I just didn't. I don't know. It just greatly fell out. I fell out of love with it.
I still like Imperial Settlers. To me, it's more streamlined. You don't have as many things to do, and I like it solo.
I'll give you that. I think that
I'll take it.
Yeah.
No, you won't give it to me. I'll take it.
Whatever.
Next.
Another game that I fell out of love with.
Go.
No, you have a list. You're pulling up a list.
I mean, yes.
Well, go.
Orleans.
Oh, that fell hard like a rock. All right.
On our first play of Orleans.
I loved it.
Jerry was in love.
Loved it.
I was too.
You bought little pieces.
I upgraded it with some upgraded components
that are actually worse than the previous.
That Jerry does not like and never has liked.
Orleans is a bag building game.
Did I say Orleans? I said Orleans. That
you put these various workers into your bag and you build up your potential. It's like a deck builder. It's a deck builder except there's a bag and chits. That's the only difference. And when that game came out, people were just loving it. And soon I discovered is that the bag building aspect of it is just much like deck building, which I don't particularly like deck building. And it's not a great worker placement. It's not a great worker placement game.
Because you've got your own board you're dealing with.
Right. And it is a very...
There is that public board, but
it's a very solitary experience that if I'm playing a multiplayer solitary game where we each got a little board, we're each doing our other thing, I'd rather play something else. And if I'm playing a game that's a worker placement, Orleans does not rank for me as a worker placement. I don't know if I've recently acknowledged this feeling I get in board gaming. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what it is, where it comes from. It just comes from the nethers of my soul. The nethers of your soul. Go ahead.
Yes, very deep down.
Deep down. Like your kidneys. You may have a kidney infection. I just need you to know that.
This game.
I'm on WebMD right now.
Just wait, look at this up.
And a game either clicks with me or it doesn't. And it will give me, I mentioned ASMR before.
Yes, and we don't want to talk about ASMR.
And it tickles my brain.
Because we've had a lot of people write in.
Some games tickle my brain.
ASMR is when somebody whispers into like
it's autonomous sensory meridian response.
Yes, people whisper until you fall asleep.
And it feels good to some people. But if you don't get those brain tingles, you can't understand and it seems weird.
And to other people, it creeps out.
It creeps you out.
Straight up, me and Mike are creeped out.
But when I'm playing this game, when I'm playing Lorenzo, I get this feeling. When I'm playing Age of Empires, when I'm playing Raiders, I just get this feeling. And I used to have it with Orleans, but now it's like, I just felt like Jerry's doing his thing on his board. I'm doing my thing on my board. Nothing we do affects each other. It's like, are you ready? Yeah. Okay. Move up. Okay. Pull them back off. Okay. Now pull them back out. And it was mind numbing.
And you're hooked on this feeling.
Hooked on. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it was a bad experience for me as well.
Okay. Another one.
I've never really truly ranked Orleans up there very high, but it is a well-respected game. There's a lot of people who like it.
You were big about it when we first played. I was big
about it when I was young and stupid.
Okay, now this one kind of hurts me.
Go ahead.
Because we crowed about it and even wrote a review about it.
What are you talking about?
Bloody End.
Oh, okay. Well, now look. Let me step back here for a second.
This one does have a caveat.
This is a caveat, as all caveats. The reason you have fallen out of love with Bloody End, and the same reason I have fallen out of love with Bloody End, we have played it, pardon the pun, to death. It is a game that after even with the newer expansion that comes out, you are essentially, and the Bloody End is objectively speaking, I like the Bloody End.
Yes.
The theme is wicked.
It's hilarious.
The artwork is nice. You own an inn, and people are coming in to stay at your inn, and you basically are murdering them, burying their bodies, and robbing them.
Sure.
Sort of, kind of.
I like to think maybe they just die in their rooms peacefully and sleep. Yes. You have to take them out and bury them. And
you take their money, and when all the other guests got up, there was 5 of us last night.
I like to think that they put a will in their room, willing it to the innkeeper.
It's like,
and you get the money.
I'm taking this money.
And obviously you have to bury them before the police show up, or else you just look guilty.
It's about grave robbing.
Everyone just keeps dying.
It's about grave robbing.
It's pretty bad.
That's what it is.
But it's hilarious.
It's hilarious, and it's very tongue-in-cheek, and it's great artwork, and it's fun, and it's restricted.
Well,
it gives you 2 actions, and it's hard to time things right. But objectively, I love the game, but we have played it to death.
And I played it a ton solo. And solo, it's not that fun because it's like 2 moves done, 2 moves done, 2 moves done, 2 moves done, 2 moves done. And like when the cards come out, there's only, you know what to do. There's an optimal move, and if you can't do it, well, then you can't do it. You got to do something else. And it just kind of got repetitive to me solo. And that kind of hurt it for me. And it kind of went down.
But I will say this.
Really? Why do you always chew ice?
I love ice. Ice, baby. I stand by my review.
Stand by.
It's not a very expensive game.
No, it's good.
You can find it. I think people will enjoy it. If you have a chance to play it, The Bloody End. I can't think of the designer. I can't think of the company. The Bloody End. It was hard to find for a long time. Okay. A game for which I have fallen out of love with.
Question before we go any further.
All right.
Is this due to us just playing more games and continually refining our taste, or is it playing a game to death?
Well, here's the thing. Those are 2 separate things, because the Bloody End was not replaced. It was something that we just played to death.
Okay.
Now, Orleans, it was killed. It was something that we have played. There's other games. There's just simply other games similar to it that we want to play. There are other games that worker placement games. There are other games that have a similar deck building feel. There's other games with player boards. There are other games out there that have murdered it. And so that's...
Okay, we get all the puns.
Okay. Well, that was not a pun. I'm just saying that was a typical phrase. That is the nomenclature. That is the nomenclature used in board games.
What do gnomes have to do with anything?
Their culture.
Come on.
They have culture, which is something you don't have.
Gnome culture? Is that what you were saying?
Yes, gnome culture.
Gnomeo and Juliet. Have you seen him? Anybody?
Nope. Guilds of London. Guilds of London. I recently sat back down, looked it over, and it was a game that when it first came out, I thought, I can get through this. It has a lot of icons. It's got a lot of issues. It's a fascinating game where you have a hand of cards and you're playing those cards, trying to get these combinations. Two things that killed it. One, the iconology is horrific. Two, the fact that there is a zero theme. You're just moving stuff around. And it's something that I remember back in the day saying that we didn't need a strong theme in a game. And for whatever reason, our tastes have been refined. It's like the theme doesn't have to be very strong, but it has to be there to a degree. And I think that
I do like pretty things.
Yes, we do like pretty
things. And Guilds isn't pretty.
It is not. It is not. And so it was just something that just kind of, it lived and died. Another one that I was thinking about the other day. I didn't talk to you about it.
Uh-oh.
But Terraforming Mars.
Well, we've discussed that.
And I'm just so sad by it because there's like 18 different expansions.
And it continues to reign supreme.
And I don't know why. It's very dull. It's very dull.
And ugly.
Now, hold up. You guys are talking
Speaking
about...
of dull and ugly, go ahead, Mike.
Hey, I heard my cue.
Bazinga.
Well, as far as the
Just
artwork
kidding.
is concerned, how do you guys feel about Coal Baron? The artwork, and that is... I enjoy it, but it seems very basic
I think
and dull.
it's got a pretty good board to me, though. I like the little buildings drawn on it.
It's about coal.
Yeah.
And
So you're
the
not
box
expecting-
looks like coal. Like I expected to open that box and there'd be a piece of coal.
Like it covered in soot.
Like you actually had boards glued onto the player boards that you yourself have did, and I looked and thought, you could have told me that was part of the game, and I would have assumed. I'm like, where'd you get this? Why does it say Home Depot on it? Well, that's where I got it from.
I still have the...
You still have the receipt in the box. The receipt in the box. But yeah, the artwork has to match the theme of the game, and so there are just times where the artwork doesn't kill a game for me, but it sure adds to it.
Yes.
Like I will give a game a lot of props with it's got good artwork. It doesn't have to have it.
What are props that you give?
Props that I give?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I've often wondered if that had to do with...
What are these props? Maybe I don't want them.
Like a prop on a plane? Like it spins, it gets you going? Is that what it means?
I don't think so.
Is it that you're propping something up?
I'm asking you. You use the term.
I don't know the etymology of it.
I'll give it props. I don't know what props are. I don't know what they do, but I'm giving it to it.
Put on pedestal.
I'm going to go with Mike on that one. I don't know.
Prop it up.
You're propping it up.
Prop it up. Okay. I'm going to give it props.
Yeah, prop it up. So it's like you're putting it on a pedestal. I like that. I think that's what happens. But yeah, I think that's the...
Props to props.
Props to props. Are there any other games that you have a problem with?
Via Nebula, Martin Wallace. We played it the first time. It was one of our first Martin Wallace experiences. I know it is a entry-level game.
It is entry-level.
And it was good the first time I played it. Mm-hmm. And we played it just a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, wow, this is really basic.
It is super.
And we flew through it.
As the
and
kids
I was
say,
like,
it is super basic. I want Mike to take Via Nebula home and play it with his kids.
Take it.
Done.
And I think you will enjoy it. It is a family level.
Another one I'm going to give you is Pirates Cove.
Pirates Cove.
I think that'd be good for his family.
I want to play Pirates Cove. That's a good game.
No.
It's stupid.
Yes.
I like...
It's enjoyable.
It's a fun, stupid game.
But you're all about, let's play the hardest of the hard.
Speaking of the hardest of the hard.
My abs?
No, not your flabby abs. I'm talking about Tzolk'in.
Flabs? My flabs?
I'm talking about Tzolk'in.
Oh, yeah.
The T is silent. The Mayan calendar. So Tzolk'in is a game.
Why do they put a T on there if it's silent? What's the point? I don't get it.
I don't know.
It should be Tzolk'in.
It's not Tzolk'in.
That's what I call it.
I say it Tzolk'in because I'm being facetious.
It's on the psychology.
Facetious.
The P in psychology.
Pneumatic. Pneumonia. I don't get it.
Well,
My iCloud settings are out of date.
pneumonia is because it's based off the Greek word.
Pneuma.
Yeah. So I guess maybe they pronounced the P. Did Greeks pronounce the P?
I bet they did.
If you're from Greek and you're listening in, write in, let us know. boardgamesnobs.com @/Gmail/
Epsilon. Isn't that a Greek?
What?
Epsilon.
I want to talk about a board game.
Gamma Epsilon Delta.
You're thinking of look,
Okay, go.
Tzolk'in or Tzolk'in. Worker placement game that everybody loves with the wheels, with the little
Gears,
the cogs and all that. Very difficult. Themeless.
Danielle Toschini,
And that Simon Luciani.
Simone Luciani,
That's what I said. He's the guy that did Lorenzo.
Simone. It may be Simone.
Simone. I
don't know.
Well, Simone does a lot of work for Simon, and he did Lorenzo El Magnifico, and which we really like. And he also did Coimbra, and I think he did Newton as well. I don't know.
The C is silent. It's Oimbra.
Tzolk'in was just so dry and lacked. I love the artwork on it, like the whole. I did. I like the whole.
In honor of Tim Allen.
Okay, stop. Nobody knows who Tim Allen is anymore.
Whatever.
Nobody knows who Tim Allen is.
Buzz Lightyear.
That's
Jungle to Jungle.
Oh, that was a great film.
Wow.
Jungle to Jungle?
No.
What? No, Jungle to Jungle?
No one's going to remember Jungle to Jungle over Buzz Lightyear.
Running from the spider and then running on water from the alligator.
I love Jungle to Jungle.
Yeah.
That was a great family film.
I want you and Mike just go be best friends then.
We're going to get together and we're going to watch Jungle to Jungle. Jungle to Jungle was a great film. And Tom Allen.
Tom Allen?
Yeah, his brother.
His brother?
Excellent writer.
It's a stunt double.
Yeah, he's just stunt double.
Tim and Tom.
Bring in
At your
Tom.
service. Tom.
They're bringing out Toy Story 4.
Kind of like Tim and Larry.
Yeah.
I love that cartoon.
Tim and Larry?
Yeah. Instead of Tom and Jerry.
No.
Get it? Come on, guys.
No, look, nobody got it.
No.
Come on, guys.
The truth be told is that
Or should it be since the T's silent and everything, apparently.
Just stop.
And Yeri. A soft J. Just destroy everything.
No.
Swedish version of
and Yeri.
Yeti.
I love the Swedish version.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, what is what I want to say about Tzolk'in?
Say it.
The gears are cool. Super cool. I like that. It's just awesome. Like it counts down the game.
Yes.
And also moves your moves up. And whenever you want to make that action, you hop off and you make that action. That's awesome. That's amazing. But to me, that's all the game has.
That is
that mechanic.
That is that mechanic.
The theme is super dry. And okay, you know how Enrique said Anachrony is the only game that broke his brain? I question that, but okay, whatever, Enrique.
He licked one of the gears.
Tzolk'in,
he was bad.
Tzolk'in hurts me.
Tzolk'in's bad.
And it took me for and that's one reason I don't enjoy it, because I'm like, it just baffles my brain every time.
It is pretty rough. And that's why I would suggest that if you are a hardcore
parkour
board gamer, you like to jump around when you're playing your board games. Tzolk'in's something you might look into. It's an old and respected game. I have played it. I'm glad I played it. I don't need to ever play it again.
I beat you on the last one, so I'm good.
See, we're good.
I'm happy.
So that means
I would like Mike to play it, though.
I need to beat you at it.
We'll let Mike play it. Let Mike play.
If you beat me on your first play as Tzolk'in, my hat's off to you. Props. I'll give you props.
I'll give you props.
More props.
We need to have something that represents props.
I will give you props.
I'm going to carry something around like a wedge of cheese and say, like, this is the prop.
Here's your props.
Here's your prop.
Okay. I think that's going to do it for this podcast.
Is that it?
Yeah. We discussed Mike, intro to board gaming.
We introduced Mike into the board game snobs.
He's now hooked and addicted.
Our recent.
Next things we'll get you introduced to is X-Wings miniatures.
X-Wing mini. Oh, yeah.
That's called plastic crack.
That's the real crack cocaine of board gaming.
Oh, Lord.
We discussed a few games we fell out of love with. Oh, among those, Charterstone.
Oh, yeah. Whatever happened to that?
I got rid of it. I pieced it out, kept the coins, kept the little pieces, and got rid of it. I just get tired of the game is literally, okay, look this up now.
Open the box.
Look this up now.
Look at this. Yeah.
And I was done.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I wanted to like it so bad. And I love Jamie. I love all your things, but
I didn't like this thing, Jamie.
Rise of Fenris, maybe we'll do better.
I'm painting it right now.
You need to hurry up.
I'm hurrying up.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Board Game Snobs.
Well, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Amazon. Facebook. Send us an email. We love your emails. There's been several people who have emailed us.
We need to acknowledge those.
We've had a lot of people who have emailed us.
We'll do that on the next podcast.
But we love you for sending emails, although...
In fact, there's a guy that said that we would answer his on our next podcast. I forgot.
Yeah. You said you would answer
Okay,
it.
well, let me answer it. Let's answer it right now.
What is it? What is
He asked us what we think about expansions.
expansions? Like Hostile?
Generally?
Is he asking about your waistline? Fat
The
joke.
pant?
Fat joke.
The
I'm sorry.
expansion
How
pant?
dare you?
The expansion pant?
Okay, well, here's one from, I don't know how to say it, but T. Robinson says, I believe one or both of you had the game Royals in your top 10 games list. I have heard it compare somewhat to Ethnos, and that they're set... Ethnos.
Or is it Thos? I think the E silent.
The T silent.
Eos?
Eos?
Yes.
And that they're set collection games with some area control. Do you think they compare? Have you tried Enos? Do you think one can have both in their collection? Or do you prefer one over the other? It seems most might prefer Enos over Royals. Do you agree? Thanks.
I think the vast majority prefer Ethnos.
I think so. Like Royals, I never hear of Royals.
Nobody ever hears of Royals.
I love Arcane Wonders. I love Dice Tower Essentials. Royals is an amazing game. Royals is amazing. We played Enos like one time.
Yeah, we played it at a convention.
It was good. It was fun, but it's not a theme we're fond of. It's fantasy. We don't like that.
Nah, I live my fantasy every day.
We like Royals over that, but to each their own.
But I think that there is Ethnos is a good game.
I enjoyed it. They're similar.
But I think that if Ethnos is hard to find, just go ahead and buy Royals.
Royals is good.
I like Royals.
Okay, let's knock these out.
You going down the list of emails?
Just real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Average Joe's Gaming Podcast has been saying nice things to us.
Who's Average Joe Gaming Podcast? I wish you would send that to me so I could listen.
It's on our board game email that both of us have access to.
Hey, I only get on there to
No,
answer
I
stuff.
can't help what you do and do not look at.
Look, I love the people.
I can't remember who asked it, but they said, what do you think about expansions for games and these big box expansions like Star Realms Frontiers and all these other things?
I don't like, number one.
You answered him.
I don't like expansions.
Do you remember that?
You
don't remember nothing.
I don't remember anything. I don't.
Where are you right now?
I particularly don't like expansions unless they fix a weak part of the game that wasn't caught during development. Here's a good one. You haven't played it though. Star Wars Rebellion, the expansion for it,
right, completely
fixes the combat. It is essential. It should have been something that they fixed before the game was developed, in my opinion. But it became essential. You have to get that expansion.
What about the Eclipse expansions?
The Eclipse expansions? No.
I thought you said one. Oh,
you could fix them manually.
I know an expansion we do love.
What's that?
Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, the Game of Thrones expansion is awesome.
Which actually cuts it down to 4 players.
Feast for Crows. Game of Thrones 4-player. Yeah, that's a half. And
Feast 4 or Feast of?
Feast of or Feast 4
one
or
of
Feast
those.
with? What Feast with crows? Why don't anybody want to eat with crows? Why everybody thinking the crows are doing the murder?
Because they'll murder you.
No, they won't murder you. Crows are lovely.
Very intelligent. Crows are very intelligent.
Did you know that?
Yes, we've discussed that.
They can look and recognize you.
We had a discussion about crows.
They can see you and see your bald head and see Mike's bald head and know the difference.
And he also wreaks vengeance.
Yes.
Crows?
The crow.
You can train them to collect money for you.
Didn't he die?
Several times.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Pretty sure he died several times.
My thought, there's very few expansions we use and play with because, like Jerry says, if the game is good, it doesn't need an expansion. Oftentimes, they just add bloat to a game. So we rarely use expansions. Game of Thrones
is needed.
Eclipse, I think we use it because of the pieces that came with it or something.
There's some pieces that it fix, yeah. Other than that, there's just not that many expansions.
Ticket to Ride, I liked the big cards that came with the first little expansion there, 1910. I don't even play Ticket to Ride anymore, though.
One of these days, I'm going to buy their expansion for Lorenzo El Magnifico.
I do.
Just because.
Tuscany was
essential.
And it's on the box.
So now it's
Tuscany
included.
Essentials.
So it's just an essential. So it's not even an expansion.
Well, it's
anymore.
not included.
Stomp.
Parts of it are, but the actual board you bought separate, remember?
Yep.
Tuscany
For
you got to have
viticulture.
for viticulture.
I like the
Absolutely.
big board. Yes.
Absolutely.
So expansions, they're not necessary.
Hit and miss.
There's very few you will absolutely need.
Correct.
And I forget who wrote that in, but thanks for your question.
Thanks for your questions. We love you, and we hope you love us. Please send us emails and let us know that you love us. Or send us emails, let us know that you
And
hate
if
us.
you like Mike,
No.
let us know. If you don't like Mike, also let us know.
We're not going to vote Mike off.
We can put him.
This is his
towards
first
the bottom of the
episode.
list.
This was his first annual episode. Next episode will be his second
Hey, Enrique
annual
had
episode.
fans right away. That's all I'm saying. You
Yeah.
got a long way to go.
Enrique
I'm a fan of Enrique.
Enrique brought in the likes. Enrique's top 5 is like our biggest
Joe G
episode.
is still crowing about Enrique.
Love Enrique. I hope he recovers soon.
Who?
Enrique.
What happened to him?
There's something wrong with him. We haven't figured it out. We just hope he recovers soon. We hope he recovers soon.
All right. Until next time, we'll see you.
This is Mike.
This is me.
This is Jerry.
This is Gabi.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.